This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today I'm feeding my trolls. Here you go, trolls. Have the food. YouTube loves your comments. I'll just do things wrong to get you to comment. I'll just say things wrong to get you to comment. I'm feeding. Have the food tokens, but this deck is fun. So let's go down the list. I have 2 unsummons as the only interaction in the whole freaking deck. So we have to be able to bounce our opponent's big things when they attack us. It can also work to bounce Emery, Lurker in the lock, and can also get us, so that gives us more cards in the graveyard, can save our Uro from some kind of a way to exile it, save our creatures from exile. Gilded Goose. This is an important part because we have a combo theme. Artifacts, food. Artifacts, food. So you're going to see pretty much all the way down artifacts and food. The food is for Feasting Troll King, who is like the big crazy card of the deck. The artifacts are for Emery, which is the value engine of the deck. So which is Oven makes the food and is an artifact. Gilded Goose makes the food, which is an artifact, and Ramsey, which is great. Vantress Gargoyle is a 5/4 for 2 artifact, so we can play it from the graveyard. It also helps us cast the Great Henge, which we'll get into. Trail of Crumbs. This is one of the fun things that you can do. So we're trying to get like 3 food tokens on the field, a Feasting Troll King in our graveyard, and then we bring it back and we sacrifice 3 food tokens. And if we have 3 mana open, we get to activate Trail of Crumbs 3 times, which is like drawing 3 cards. It's very, very cool. Emery, the Lurker of the Lock, lets you fill that graveyard, which goes great with Uro, the Titan of Nature's Wrath, which loves cards in the graveyard. And if you milled a Feasting Troll King, you get to get it back once you have food for it. Also, remember to set full control. Uro, you can put on the battlefield from the hand, sacrifice it, throw it in the oven before the triggers resolve, and you get 2 foods. 1 Kiora because it works well with so many cards in our deck and is better than a 4th Great Henge because this is legendary. 1 Tamiyo to help us dig, fill the graveyard, and get back a key card if we need it. 4 Troll Kings, 3 Henges, and a Stone Coil Serpent, which is great with Emery and just a body, and it's an early artifact. So you don't want too many, but I found 1 being pretty nice. Sometimes you just need to bring this back huge and win the game with it. Mana base, straightforward-ish. Castle Gamerbrig, 2 of thems, because they cast Feasting Troll King a turn early if it happens to be in our hand, and some passages, and yeah, this is the deck. It's going to die to Embercleave. It's a very interesting deck to play against almost anything else. Control decks really have to find ways to answer its threats, but the games are interesting because you have to try not to deck yourself, which is one of the great risks against control, pacing your threats well without decking yourself. And everything in the mid-range is just a big slugfest where they have to answer your big creatures over and over, and it's very fun. So I love playing this deck. I hope you'll enjoy it. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. I'm still giving myself a break from the red meta, which is unranked and is definitely in events right now. So to keep myself happy, I will come up with better ways to attack the red meta as I go forward, as I tune decks. But when I'm playing my fun decks, I'm going to let myself have fun. So trolls in the chat, why no ranked? Why no standard event? I answered the question. But go ahead, comment, do it. Because we are feeding the trolls today. That is the point of this video. This hand looks interesting. We're going to need another land. I'm not sure if I want to shock for the oven. This is a tap land, basically. Things could definitely go wrong. Temple of Plenty. With a scry. What you got? To the bottom. Second Passage. Let's get one of these resolved. We'll play the oven later. I'm sure we'll find a spot for it. Probably the turn we play the Kiora. Wolf Willow Haven. Our opponent is off to ramp land. Let's go get more green. Oh no! These aren't full art lands. The shuffler will punish me. So I want to be able to play the Kiora next turn. I don't think that there's a point to playing a 1/1 Stone Coil to try to block for Kiora. I think Kiora will make it out alive. So let's play the other passage. Paradise Druid is here. Our opponent's moving their mana game forward, but they're missing land drops, and it's going to be tough for them on a 5-card hand. Why do I have full art islands and not for... The world is weird. I don't know what happened here. I'm not responsible for this. Kiora, your turn. Oh, I love them all too. This deck doesn't really want Lotus Field, so before you throw that at me, you could throw one in the deck if you really want to, but it's very unnecessary. It's interesting, but this is the only Kiora. So if you want one Kiora, one Lotus Field, I guess knock yourself out. Kaya, we lost our oven, so we don't get to do the oven food thing. Hit the land, sweet, sweet. Get to play you. Sets us up for the henge in the very near future. Yeah, no reason to play a 1/1. Our gargoyle is down for blocking. Our gargoyle is ready to rumble. Wolfwillow Haven. Shiny. I should let you guys know ahead of time. I made this video already, along with another video that came out yesterday. Both of them had no audio when I uploaded them because my frickin' mic came unplugged. I lost 2 days worth of work. I'm re-recording it all again. So I'm going to be a little bit loopy and goofy. And that's one of the reasons I'm like, forget it. I'm not playing ranked. I'm just gonna let it all hang out. We're just gonna try to enjoy ourselves today. So you might get extra loopy, extra goofy CGB. Hopefully you're into it. Hopefully it's your style. Great henge. Let's see, we can play the Trail of Crumbs. We can also make 4 mana and play a 4/4 Stone Coil, which draws 2 cards. I think I like that better. You never know when something's going to happen to our lovely Kiora. Good turn, good turn. We are moving. Our opponent is on some kind of Abzan, 5-color Planeswalkers maybe? I don't know. Teferi, Kaya, Paradise Druid, Wolfwillow Havens. What are you up to? What are you gonna do? Well, there's something I didn't expect. All right, gonna blow me sky high. I guess I should have. Any deck with that many Planeswalkers. I need my graveyard. So rude. So I think we can fill a graveyard enough and even get Uro back this turn if we use Emery. So we'll do this. Play you. Draw, 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 draw. We'll play the untapped lands just because I have a feeling I'm going to use all my mana. I could like try to map this turn out perfectly, but so much is going to change as I go through it that I don't really want to do that. It's going to be a weird frickin' turn. Oh, I need another blue. That's scary. Am I going to find one? Not exactly. Maybe if I draw a few more cards, I'll get to one, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, we'll give it one more shot. Miss. All these tap lands. So brutal. I'm not going to get my Uro back. It's going to get blown up. It's going to be terrible. All right. Well, then I should have played Feasting Troll King, but when you try to play without looking at all your possibilities very much, bad things can happen. More graveyard is actually what this deck likes to do. I think with sweepers against us, we do have to be a little careful though. Like how much do we want to fill this graveyard, right? The opponent's got Kaya, so they're going to exile this. So do I want to play more Emerys right now? I think we should wait till we can activate an Emery and at least cast something out of the graveyard when we do. Like I said in the intro, against these kind of decks, Like, decking ourselves is a serious issue that we have to keep in mind. So many havens. Uh-huh. Let that go, because we have more. And we have a troll to play next turn, so it's not like we need it. We want to sacrifice a food just to dig? I don't think so. We might want it for the Troll King. Let's go. Go, big boy. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could tap out for Troll King number 2 and just put him to the test. Love it. Love it. If the opponent tries to do something nasty, we can unsummon one of them. There's an Uro, sure. Let's not attack with the bird. If the opponent, like, tries to double exile somehow, let's not allow for that. Let's drop off a hinge. Dryad of the Elysian Grove. And here comes a Teferi targeting. We could keep our opponent from drawing a card with the unsummon, but I think that's a little... It's a little like a snap rate, like a... What would you call that? Jolt... Something reaction. Like I said, loopy CGB tonight. Can't even think of sayings.
Your back from here on out.
Knee-jerk reaction. That's the term. Knee-jerk reaction. Like when you hit the knee perfectly and it jerks without thinking. I think that's what the unsummon would be. I think we should hold it until they try to find a way to exile one of our threats. Okay. Or, you know, blow things up. Now what? The opponent can absorb 4, it's 8. So we should kill the Kaya and or the Tameo. The Tameo right now is just going to mill and probably not draw more cards. I don't see another way to deal extra damage here. Not really something our deck has. A way to deal like hasty damage. Let's get this out of the way. That Kaya's been a bit annoying. We can guess our opponent's going to Shatter the Sky. No reason to block here for the Dryad. Sorry. All right.
Stop interrupting me.
So with the Shatter the Sky coming, we want to set up our Uro, I think. Plus it gets us a lot of value, ramps. Then we can also play another Troll King, because even if it gets blown up, we get these foods, so we get it back for free next turn anyway. You can only activate the Troll King on your turn, so I can't blow these up then get it back. So don't ask me to do that, please. Now having a Witch's Oven on the board makes a lot of sense. So I want to untap this and use 2 more mana this turn. No. Well, may as well. Kiora's definitely doing work, and we might use these Trail of Crumbs. Want to at least have the option. 18 cards in our deck, though. This is... I told you. Like, we fly through our deck pretty good. I used to have a Thassa's Oracle in here. I never actually won the game with it. I always found ways to win with my creatures, so I cut it. But if you want some easy mode, you can throw in a Jace or a Thassa and win the game that way sometimes. Opponent wants Nissa, who shakes the world, huh? 2 Ashioks. All right. Nom. Do I want to bounce anything? No, this is fine. Ow. My ears. So do I want to dig with Trail? With 17 cards. No, I have enough pressure. This is where sometimes you just got to have a lot of restraint. Kick back, Enjoy the ride. Let's have some Troll Kings on the board. Live the good life. But you'll notice I'm also going to try to intentionally run down my Kiora.
One drop ripples and grows.
Decline. 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 So the opponent's on 26. I don't think I can try to kill them over one turn. But I could put out enough threats to try to make that a possibility. So this is 16. These would be 12. So that's 26. So yeah, let's just put lethal on the battlefield and see if the opponent can handle it. All right, what do they have? Is that a counter? Oh, that's me. Weird. I may as well play you. And you. Yeah, but nothing else. Don't want to just play out all our creatures because we can. It will end sadly for us where we will deck. So I'm probably not casting Emery at all ever now. And let's see if the opponent can find the answer.
Seek and find.
We have Sun Shatter the Sky. I've been milled by Shatter the Sky before. It's not a fun feeling. Ashiok. Ooh, that buys another turn. Okay.
I wonder if you're brave enough to overcome your fears. I abandon none. You will feel inspired.
I could be sacrificing like food and just gaining a million, but that's not what this game is going to turn into. Don't need this. Well, all right, let's think. Our opponent has 36, we have 7. We want to make sure that we get our opponent in a range where our board is lethal. We would like to do that without playing another creature. What do we have? 8, 14, 20. So if we hit this with one creature, our board is potentially lethal. We can also kill off the 2 planeswalkers, make the opponent top deck. All right, I like it. We want to keep draining our Kiora and get it off the field soon. And tap this for life just because. Play a land, just because, and end the turn. Land off the top, the opponent can make some wolves. I have an unsummon though. And they scoop it up. Yeah, turn 1 Goose, turn 2 Emery Oven. Go from there. Jace has been added to the deck. I don't know if I'm going to show the other games I talked about that in, because they weren't the greatest or closest of games. But 1 Jace went into the deck for an unsummon because I was milling myself way too fast. Temple of Enlightenment to the top. All right. Let this battle be epic. Always trying to keep that Castle Garenbrig untapped even when there's no hope of activating it. Lost the Trail of Crumbs, the Witch's Oven, the Goose. We can cast another Oven next turn if we have a spare mana. Esper, Thought Erase. Alright, probably takes the Jace. We have one way to get it back. There's still Tameo in the deck. But yep, went right for the win con. Well, I'm also going to threaten you with monsters. I'm not, don't think for a moment I'm above that. All right. Full control. Auto-pay that. Resolve this. Trigger. Into the oven with you. 2 foods. Now we can resolve all. Land. Cool. Let's just get the oven. Also, let's just cast the gargoyle if we want to do that. But I'd rather do it... Well, if the opponent kills it, I just recast it with Emery. They can't sweep me yet. Alright. I was going to say I'd rather do it when I have the oven available, but I can just recast it with Emery. We're fine. Boom. We are on the board. We have made plays. And our graveyard is full. The Uro is coming. Oath of Kaya. This is a long way from happening. Let's mill first. Great Henge. Dream Trawler. Hype. Away with you. So we don't want to exile artifacts. We want to avoid exiling the Jace. So what do? I think we get rid of one of the ovens. Save the Henge. Emery could still recycle a Henge at some point. Alright, play that Scry. We're living off the top. I don't think I need or want another gargoyle right now, though. Where's my troll? Where is my troll? Opponent looking like a pretty classic Esper control. And they have a Shatter the Sky, so let's make some food. We still get to draw because of the gargoyle. Ow. And Uro's gonna come back. Well, I guess I can go get the island, right? The Emery is really good if it ends up getting me a Henge. It needs to survive a turn to do it, though. Keep it coming. Another passage. Let's just get the fetching out of the way. So, does the opponent have another Shatter the Sky? They have a Teferi. What's your target? Gotta be the Uro. Let's go ahead and scarf that. More food. And it's back in the graveyard. We can bring it out again. And the opponent doesn't get to draw a card. I think I like that better than putting it in my hand and hopefully playing it to draw a card. So, we'll see. Do I want the life? Nope. Life, not necessary. There we go. Troll King, baby. Hello. Spark. Nope, 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 nope. Not like that. I ain't down with that. Bring it back now. So we could get the Henge out on the board here. I think that's where we want to be. If I had another oven, I'd be really tempted, though, to pull out another oven. Because I'd love to protect the Troll King from another D-Spark of some kind. Or an Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Narset. Rude. We're gonna have to kill that Narset. Hopefully we get to attack it before we bring out some stuff. Thought Erasure. Empty hand. Empty-handed. Probably not for long, though. That's good. That will bounce the Troll King. That will put off our amazing... Because of the Narset, that's going to put us off for a turn. I'm drawing a million cards. Oh, there's a Tamiyo. Which we probably need to resolve because our opponent has Thought Erasure. And they don't want to play. They want none of this. Boom. Oven. Gargoyle. Henge. Looks fun. Looks fun if I get to resolve the Henge. I need to lead out an oven. I think so. We might want the food if the opponent kills the gargoyle somehow. Start the party. This heck are these sleeves? Kiora. Temple of Abandoned Keep. Sure. Have a gargoyle. Yeah, you keep next time, I'm gonna mill it. Very fun to mill people's scries to the top when you get the chance. Might end up milling my own scry to the top in a second. Uh-oh. This should be an interesting game. I'm not gonna try to stop you. Please don't try to stop me. Let's scry first. Trail of Crumbs, do I want this? Yeah, goes along with my curve next turn, so I guess we're not tapping this. Yeah, here we go. Good times. Who wins this matchup? I think it all depends. Some of their interaction is really annoying for me. If I find Uro and ramp up, though, like, if they get too far ahead of me on mana, that's probably all that matters, is the mana. Alright, so they might have Brazen Borrower here. Since they fetch 2 islands. Don't want to give them an opportunity to Brazen Borrow these, so we'll just go straight for Henge. Okay, they don't have a Borrower. So next turn we can start eating some food with Trail of Crumbs and try to get the deck moving, because so far it's been an okay start, but we gotta do better. That's rude. There goes our Henge. Guarantee they'll do something about that. Probably not gonna have a Henge. Turn to Nature, that'll do it. And Mystic Repeal. Do they have the land? Nothing I can do. Mill 'em. Troll King. And we can make the food. And we have a Jace? Okay, so mill first. Throw it in the oven. Cook it. Get very scrumptious and healthy. I guess this Jace could draw me another Trail of Crumbs. Okay, not a Trail of Crumbs. Let's see what we draw. This is going to give the opponent a lot to cope with. We know they have the Return to Nature, but they're going to have to deal with a lot of things. Alright, we can go get an island. Play the Gargoyle. Opponent's like, oh my god, this deck is insane. What is happening? It's a lot of land, though. So we have, if our opponent somehow pulls a Casualties of War out of their butt, that would be bad. But we have every different permanent type for them to figure out how to deal with. Maybe not every, we don't have an enchantment, but you'll get what I'm saying. Okay, they're going after the oven. What's your Troll King plan? What's your Henge plan? They're gonna bounce it. Okay. Yep. Very curious to see how they choose to handle this. All right. Their value engine is about to rev up. We drew another oven. Let's start with the Jace. Draw first. Fuel the graveyard. Castle Garenbrig. That can cast the Troll King on the cheaper, so let's just use it. Raw. We cannot find a Uro in this particular this particular sequence to save our life. All right, I'm going to keep bringing this back. No, let's save it. Might come in handy against another Brazen Borrower. Yeah, we'll pass it back to the opponent. What are you going to do about this? We're over half the deck, no Uro. Uro would make a big difference just for ramping out these lands and letting us keep up with our opponent and their Beanstalk Giant, Lucky Clover combos. Innkeeper. Can draw a lot of cards. Lock it in, that's a lot of 1/1s. And a lot of cards. Wah! Tameo can get an Emery, but I feel like I should save Tameo to get back a Jace. The opponent will have to get rid of this eventually, or it's just going to win me the game. So I think I should really try to keep anything bad from happening to it. Opponent with mana open. They have double Bone Crusher Giant. Okay, they're going in for the Clover. Yeah, the Clover stuff is going to get silly. There's no question. Now, can I deck myself? Trying the Kiora would go a long way in that direction. Alright, let's open up with this. This is so much land. It's kind of insane. There's another Troll King. I mean, this is absurd. All right. Hey-ya. So I could throw a Troll King in the oven and bring it back just to draw a card. I feel like I should. I have to keep progressing my game plan. I don't feel like I'm doing enough. As weird as that sounds. And we have so much extra food. It's insane. Trail of Crumbs. It's an option. It can certainly help us tear through our library. We can go get another forest. Am I gonna eat a food somehow? I don't see it. I don't see how I'm going to eat a food. If I'm not going to eat a food, let's scry. Another land, of course. Okay, prepare yourself. Here comes a big giant. They want to go toe-to-toe with these trolls so they don't just die to them. Which is smart. That should be the plan. Our plan is going to turn into decking ourselves. Now that we have the oven, Trail of Crumbs thing to dig through, we can do a lot of work. We can find Emerys and go nuts. The opponent still needs to get to this Jace before it wins the game for us. They shocked, so they either have Bone Crusher Giant or Brazen Borrower. Start with the Jace. There's an Uro. Don't know if we even really need it as much now. But let's start with the... Well, the Troll Kings don't really want to attack, do they? Yeah, they do. We get them back. Yeah, they're free. You can block one of them. If you want to. Mr. Beanstalk Man. Do I even bother throwing it in the oven? I don't have to. They both come back. We have enough food. Can I do this from 24 cards? If I find enough Emerys. There's one. There's two. Okay, here comes Brazen time. So this one targets here. So that one we're going to eat so the opponent doesn't get the 3-1. And what are your targets? They're going to use these other targets on something. Hold on. They just target Jace. Okay. It's fine. I guess they're afraid of the ultimate, but we can replay it. Use it again. Target the gargoyle. Alright, well. Mill. Now for my next trick. Thin the deck. $22. Let's start here and see how many Emerys we can find. Another king or an Uro? Uro. Emery. Goosey boy. Draw. All right. Emery, come on down. I don't know if I'm going to use enough green mana here to activate the castle. Don't know if I'm going to need that. Got a stone coil. Don't want to replay the Jace if I don't have to. 7's not that much. Alright, we'll do the Uro thing. We only get like one more play, so we'd have to draw in the next 2 cards into another Emery. That's not there. So it looks like our opponent gets another turn. I can definitely do it next turn. So what am I doing this turn, for the rest of this turn? I guess I'll just play out some gargoyles, have some blockers. I guess I could also play the Uro, ramp up. So close, though. Just a nice little thing. Draw a card for fun. And science. So they should have a pretty nuts turn. Let's see if they can beat me, though. Alright, discard 7 freaking cards. Should have discarded the Troll King. It's fine. Place Uro in the graveyard. 5 cards in library. The opponent, they can bounce their Fey Wishes and go get something. What can they get? And will it be good enough? Will it be enough? They're also at 10. I can still win by attacking if they try to race me. So they need a way to interact with my Jace. Yeah, they can bounce this and cast Granted, but then they're out of mana. So what can they do? They can have their 3rd Brazen Borrower, right? That's how they win? I don't think I have a way around that. So we'll just try to attack them to death. Take a few turns. Try to smash them. I think they should have no problem keeping up. How many borrowers have they had? Just 2? And they're at, what, 32 cards? Having the third isn't obscene. Blocks, blocks. Alright, they get to see so many more cards if I give them time. It's not okay. Bone crushies, okay. So it's not absurd for them to have it, and I don't think I beat them. I think if I let them untap, they see so many more cards that I just have to go for this. So that's what we're gonna do. First, let's try to resolve the Jace. So all they have to do is Brazen Borrow it with like the so-called game-ending ability on the stack, or I need a way to draw at instant speed, which I don't have. I can't flash anything in. I can't flash anything in, right? Yeah, I don't have a way to draw at instant speed. Darn it. So if I could do that in response to the borrower, it would be epic. Would be epic. It's not an option. All right, we'll go for it. So yeah, if they do it right now, they win, right? If they have the Brazen Borrower. They do. Okay. Good game. I'll let it resolve so you guys can see what happens. But because I'm going to draw the card from the Great Henge with the Jace in hand, then they get to win. I have to lose. And there's nothing I can really do about it. I can't bring the Troll King back at instant speed. Wait a minute. Could I? It's not giving me the option. All right. It says during your turn. Yeah, you can't cast it at instant speed just because it says during your turn. So, in hindsight, I really love the deck. We would have won the last game against Teamer Adventures if instead of Jace Wielder of Mysteries, we had a Thassa's Oracle. But the biggest problem with the Thassa's Oracle is it doesn't do much on its own, whereas Jace feeds your other plan very, very well. However, if you would like to add a Thassa's Oracle for possibly the Unsummon or one of the Trail of Crumbs, I could totally see it. Like, that is an adjustment you could make to the deck so that the feels bad of that last game never happens. But this is a very fun deck. It has a lot of options. There's a lot of thinking to it, which I enjoy, and I would encourage you to try it if you have the cards. So, thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. We are so close to 50,000 subs for 5 days of jank, so make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you enjoy the content and want some nonsense. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.